Good evening from the Tarble Arena on the campus of Carthage College in Kenosha, Wisconsin. It is Carthage Redmen basketball on AM 1050 WLIP as the Carthage Redmen bring a 3-0 record into the game here tonight against Finlandia University out of Hancock, Michigan. Good evening, everyone. John Weiser with you. Glad you're along for the Honda of Kenosha Classic, the annual Carthage College Redmen basketball tournament. With big thank you to the folks at Honda of Kenosha for picking up their sponsorship this season, and big thank you to one of our big basketball boosters over there, Corey Wilson, and the general manager over there, and be in the building here tonight. Saw him before the ball game, and we thank him and Honda of Kenosha for the sponsorship of this great basketball tournament. It'll be the Redmen and Lions here tonight. Redmen coming off a huge win Tuesday night. If you weren't with us, you missed a good one as the Redmen posted a 64-57 victory over the defending Division III national champion and currently ranked number 2 team in the nation, UW-Oshkosh. 7-point victory for the Redmen in that contest. Jordan Kadrowski hitting the clutch basket with the game down to 1 point in the final moments. Kadrowski with a layup built the lead out to 3. A missed 3 on the other end by Oshkosh and a rebound by Jacob Poglace. 2 more free throws, and the Redmen put the game into 2 possessions and hung on for the 7-point victory. Kadrowski finishing with 20 points and along with 4 rebounds. Filip Bulatovic, 10 points and a pair of rebounds. And Sean Johnson, a fine night for Johnson, 6 points, 9 rebounds, 4 blocks in that ball game. As the Redmen held the Adam Fravert, one of the preseason All-America candidates by D3Hoops.com, held him to a 1 for 15 shooting night. Meanwhile, it was their other preseason All-American candidate, Jack Flynn, got into early foul trouble, still finished with a decent night. 17 points and 8 rebounds, playing a total of 17 minutes, missed most of the first half in foul trouble. So the Redmen looking to build a bounce into that victory here this weekend as they get set to take on Finlandia University. The Redmen coming in now with that game against Greenville has kind of skewed their points just a little bit. They're averaging 94 points a game. It's not going to stay there probably throughout this weekend. But again, they picked up wins against Beloit to open the season, played Greenville last Saturday here at home, a 133-126 victory in that one, and then Tuesday's victory over UW-Oshkosh. Meanwhile, Finlandia University, they're the Lions, and they're out of the Hancock, Michigan area, out of the Keweenaw Peninsula area, the very northern part of the state of Michigan. And they compete as an independent in basketball. They have dropped their first 5 ball games, including their last 3 here in the state of Wisconsin. They dropped a game to Lakeland last weekend, lost to Lawrence, and then fell to Wisconsin Lutheran College this past Tuesday. Dylan Underwood is their leader on this team. He's averaging better than 20 points a game. In their game against Wisconsin Lutheran, a 117-85 loss, he had 25 points in that contest. Again, averaging just a shade under 21 is Dylan Underwood. He is the only player in double figures for this team. Caleb Kirksey from Houston, Texas, is the team's leading rebounder at just under 6 per game. And that is where the team has really had their problems, has been on the glass. They are a negative 23 on the glass this season, getting out-rebounded to the tune of 55-32 on most nights. So if you're looking for an edge here tonight, it might be on the glass by the Redmen. It'll be interesting to see how that takes shape tonight between Sean Johnson and Brad Perry. The continued rehab of Perry as he's coming back from a season-ending knee surgery a year ago, did not play at all last year for the Redmen. So this Finlandia team coming in, we mentioned 0-5, and they have actually dropped 32 consecutive games now, spanning over 2+ seasons. They dropped the final 6 games of the 2017-2018 season. They lost all 21 games a season ago, and they have lost their first 5 this season. So this is a team coming in that has been around. They've played some opponents. Like I said, UW-Platteville just a couple of weeks ago, a team that's ranked in the top 25. So this team is just looking for games, and they are in a span right now where they are going to be playing four games over the next 5 days. They've got 2 games in this tournament, today and tomorrow. They go home to play UW Stout Sunday afternoon, and then they have another game on Tuesday before Thanksgiving. So they are adding up the games here in November. And again, they've had a coaching change. Sam Casey, in his first year, came on very early in the month of October, right about 2 weeks before the team actually took the practice floor. And so he has had to come in on the run here just a little bit. And as I mentioned, has some good pieces in place, in particular Dylan Underwood, their guard out of Michigan City, Indiana. He is the one to keep an eye on here tonight. This is the second meeting ever between these two schools. Finlandia came down last November here to the Tarble Arena, and the Redmen were able to post a 112-68 victory in that contest. Preston Laquetta with 26 points, went 6 for 10 from behind the arc in that contest. Keenan Baltimore with a double-double, 20 points, 10 assists. Jordan Kodrowski with 17 points and 8 rebounds. Sean Johnson in that contest, a 14-point, 6-rebound, 7-block, 3-assist ball game in last year's contest. The winner of this game will move on to the championship game tomorrow at 3. They will face the Rose-Hulman Institute Fighting Engineers as they hung on down the stretch. A pair of free throws with 5 seconds left. The difference in this one as they knocked off Aurora 84-83 in the game preceding us here tonight. That's why we got the late start tonight. So it'll be the winner of this game facing Rose-Hulman for the championship of the Honda of Kenosha Classic here at the Tarble Arena. Head coach Bosko Jurikovic will join us following this 60-second break. He will talk about tonight's matchup and get us in a little more in depth on that win on Tuesday. As our pregame continues from the Tarble Arena, it'll be Carthage and Finlandia tonight. Back after this on AM 1050 WLIP.
The Honda of Kenosha Classic tonight. It's Carthage College taking on Finlandia in game number 2 of the Classic this evening. Joined now by head basketball coach Bosko Jurikovic. And Bosko, looking for a nice bounce here tonight off that win Tuesday. That's a pretty big win as far as early season victories go. It's what you do now afterwards to build on that.
Johnny, let's say that you and I didn't rehearse before we get started. Let's say thank you to Honda of Kenosha. It's awfully nice of them to help us with our tournament and contribute quite a bit to the success of our tournament. Corey Wilson, our basketball player, is the general manager, whatever his title is out at Honda, and a nice thank you to all those people. Now, you are absolutely correct. We talked after the game on Tuesday night, and I reminded him gently that if Tuesday night's win was the end product for what we were shooting for, then it's not a particularly good night. We need to be able to play with that intensity every night we play. If we do, more often than not, things will take care of themselves.
You held one of their preseason All-Americans, Adam Fravor, 1 for 15, 0 for 9 at the 3, and he played on the floor almost all 40 minutes. Credit to your guys in the rotation you used to keep him off the sheet.
I'm sure a little bit of a tough night shooting for him. I'm sure most nights he's going to hit them more than he did on Tuesday. Having said that, I thought the combination of Sean Johnson's length and Jordan Kedrowski's physical strength was able to make it at least him take difficult shots.
Is it me, or is Jordan a little bigger, filled out a little bit better, and has filled in nicely here?
He's gained 15 pounds, but it's 15 pounds of muscle. He's really, from when he started 4 years ago, just has matured greatly, both as a player and as a physical specimen. And right now he's playing with great confidence, and he's taken his basketball hard. That's what he's done the last couple summers, and helped work with some of the kids out in that area and coach some of the AAU groups and whatnot.
And that's what you want to see, a senior taking charge of this team in Kedrowski.
Certainly is. It's nice to have the mix that we have. We're a very experienced basketball team. We've got some seniors, we've got some juniors. Obviously, we talk about how good the freshman is, so it's a nice mix.
Tonight's game, Finlandia. Everybody, they can read, they know what's at stake here. Finlandia, an 0-5 team, not a deep roster. They have one player in particular that's pretty good, their guard, Dylan Underwood. But what do you look to do here tonight?
As we used to talk about, John, it's us against us tonight. If this is the type of a ball game that goes down to the end, then we only have one person to blame, that's ourselves. Finlandia is undermanned. They changed coaches not too long ago this fall, and they just haven't played very well early. They do have some talented kids. A couple of those kids can score the ball. I remember them from last year. Having said that, if we take care of our own business, which is dominate the boards, be unselfish offensively, move the basketball, everything will fall into place tonight, and we'll see what we can do tomorrow against a very good Rose-Hulman team and a very good Aurora team. That game's going on right now, and those are both very quality basketball teams.
I was going to say, just running the team stats, they're a negative 22 on the glass. I would think that's where you want to attack here tonight and pull down those boards, particularly on the offensive end.
I'm only laughing because that's obviously the truth, but sometimes we have a tendency to forget about the rebounding end of things. You know, the other night we were out rebounded by 15 in a game that we won. Can you imagine, had the rebounding been even, we'd have made the game that much easier for ourselves. We have to get into a better rebounding mindset. Sometimes we're spoiled by the fact that even when the other team gets an offensive rebound, we're so big around the basket that it's hard for them to score anyway. Johnson's length and Perry's strength and length make it very difficult for the team to get easy baskets around the rim, and that's great for us. You still have to rebound the ball against good teams.
Protect the basketball, too. 14 turns the other night. I know that's probably about six or seven more than you'd like to see.
You know, 10 is usually an optimal number. You can understand what you turn over against Greenville because that's the way they make you play. That's the way Aurora makes you play. Having said that, against an Oshkosh team, both teams should have had about 10. I'm sure they weren't happy with their assist turnovers either on the other night.
Keys for a victory here tonight, Bosco?
Well, we have to just get out there and get after it for 40 minutes. We don't want to go out there and play at 80% of our potential and let the underdog team stay in the game longer than they need to. We need to get after it from the time the ball goes up. If we can do that, then we can take the next step forward, and then we're ready to play tomorrow afternoon. We're off to a great start. We've had a lot of home games, and that's good. Now it's a matter of taking that next step forward and saying, hey, we're pretty good. Let's see what we can do.
Good luck tonight.
Thank you, Johnny.
Bosco Jurkovic joining us on our pregame tonight from the Tarble Arena, part of the Honda of Kenosha Classic here at Tarble Arena. It'll be Carthage and Finlandia. Starting lineups and tip-off coming your way next on AM 1050 WLIP.
Carthage fans, the Barnes & Noble Carthage College Bookstore is your headquarters for Carthage logo wear. Right now it's the pre-holiday sale with 25% off all Champion brand Carthage logo wear. And shopping is easy. Simply go to carthage.bncollege.com. Place your order. There's free ground shipping, or you can pick it up in the store located inside the Campbell Student Union. Holidays are approaching, so let's get started on your shopping list right now. Carthage.bncollege.com. That's Carthage.bncollege.com. John Weiser back with you at the Tarble Arena as we're getting set for Game 2 of our Honda of Kenosha Classic matchup here tonight. It'll be Carthage and Finlandia. Game 1 went right down to the wire. Rose Hulman pulling out a 1-point-84-83 victory over Aurora. So the winner of this game here tonight will face Rose Hulman at 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. And the consolation game will tip at 1 o'clock. And still plenty of room for you here at the Tarble Arena. Come on out and support Redmond basketball this weekend. I'm told there'll be some Honda cars on display in front of the Tarble Arena tomorrow afternoon. So come on out and support Redmond basketball here as they wrap up this homestand here this weekend before heading out on the road after Thanksgiving. Well, we're watching women's volleyball, keeping an eye on that. The Carthage Lady Reds in the national championship down at Cedar Rapids, Iowa. They won their quarterfinal match last night. They're now in the 5th set in their matchup against number 1 Emory. And it is going down to the wire. It is currently 12-11 Emory in set number 5. Carthage dropped the first 2 sets big time. They did not hit the 23-point mark until the 3rd set that they won. They came back and won games 3 and 4. And now, as I mentioned, they're in the 5th set serving as I speak, down 1, 12-11. And they are pushing the number 1 Emory Eagles right to the very limit. Boy, early on it looked like it was going to be a walkaway by Emory in that matchup, but the Lady Reds, to their credit, have battled back. And so they've got it on the big screen here at Tarble Arena. They've got it in the skybox located behind the south basket, and everyone kind of keeping an eye on what's happening at that tournament. And it's now 13-12 Emory with Carthage serving here in set number 5 of this matchup. And again, the winner moves to the championship match tomorrow in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. So we'll try and keep you posted on that as we continue with basketball here today. And now the Lady Reds have just tied it up at 13. And it's what you hear, the cheering going on there, as Lady Reds now have tied that set number 5 up at 13 all, serving here. So well, hopefully we'll get a win out of this, as Emory just got a point now. They're 1 point away now, Emory, from winning this tournament. It's now 14-13 Emory. And they are serving now for match point right now, Emory is, as we speak. And Reds are still in it, as they just won the 14th point, tied the match at 14. So it's back and forth at that volleyball tournament. Only one other game going on tonight in the CCIW. That's over in Waukesha tonight, as Carroll University will host Simpson College in their tournament. In that first matchup, it was Greenville and Wabash. Greenville pulling away. So now it's at 14-14. So, and again, you got to win by 2 here, so it looks like it's at 15-14 in favor of Emory. So they are now serving for the match once again, and Reds have kept it alive. Again, they got it back over on their 3rd hit. Ball tipped in, nicely done. Ribeiro steps in. And everybody paying attention here. And there's going to be basketball breaking out here. Nobody's going to know what's going on. Oh, and Emory just won. They just won a great volley there for about 30 seconds going back and forth. And Emory has defeated the Lady Reds down in Cedar Rapids tonight in the 5th set to win that match 3-2. So the Lady Reds volleyball season has come to an end. So we got basketball here tonight, Carthage and Finlandia. Second matchup between these two schools. Again, Carthage winning last year's matchup almost to the day. Back on November 18th of last year, Finlandia came down, and Redmond were able to pick up the win in that contest. Let's head downstairs to the scorers table for tonight's starting lineups.
And Carthage College. The NCAA promotes good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and fans. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. The NCAA and the CCIW thank you for your cooperation. And now for the starting lineups for tonight's game between the Finlandia Lions, a record of 0-5, and your Carthage College Redmond, a record of 3-0. First, let's meet the Lions. Starting at guard, a 5'9" junior from Allenton, Michigan, number 1, Jacob Ohm. At forward, a 6'4" freshman from Houston, Texas, number 3, Caleb Kirksey. At guard, a 5'11" junior from Michigan City, Indiana, number 11, Dylan Underwood. At forward, a 6'5" sophomore from Trinary, Michigan, number 15, Joe Heinonen. And at forward, a 6'5" freshman from Miami, Florida, number 23, Devin Moultrie. The head coach of Finlandia is Sam Casey. And now, are you ready? And now, introducing your Carthage Redmond. At center, a 6'11" junior from Notre Dame College Prep, hailing from Chicago, Illinois, number 34, Sean Johnson. At forward, a 6'5" senior from Zion Benton High School in Zion, Illinois, number 24, Keenan Baltimore. At center, a 6'11" senior from Maine South High School, hailing from Park Ridge, Illinois, number 54, Brad Perry. At guard, a 6'2" senior from Niles North High School, hailing from Chicago, Illinois, number 3, Krishan Cook. And at guard, a 6'4" senior from Downers Grove North High School in Downers Grove, Illinois, number 21, Jordan Kidrowski. The head coach for the Redmen is Bosco Jurkovic.
So it'll be Cook, Kidrowski, Baltimore, Johnson, and Perry for the Redmen tonight. It'll be Ohm, Kirksey, Underwood, Heinonen, and Moultrie out there for Finlandia. First-year head coach Sam Casey. Redmond in the white jerseys, white shorts, red numerals, red lettering. Finlandia in the all blue tonight. Kelly blue jerseys, the Kelly blue shorts, white numerals, white lettering. Johnson will jump center against Moultrie. And the opening tip brought down by the Redmen. They'll work it left to right to begin our ball game here tonight. Glad you're with us on 1050 WLIP. Honda of Kenosha Classic. Kadrowski left corner three. That rims out no good. Perry with the offensive board. Stick back wouldn't go down as he laid it short. And the ball comes down to Caleb Kirksey. He'll take it across midcourt, down the middle of the floor, on the dribble, blocked by Johnson. Had 7 of those last year against the Lions. Outlets now to Baltimore. Baltimore through the top of the key. Kick to the right corner, back to Kadrowski for three again. This time he hits. Jordan Kadrowski for the triple out of the right corner. An early 3-0 lead for the Redmen. Now the air ball shot taken by Underwood that time. Scooped up underneath by Kadrowski. Outlets to Cook. Krishawn Cook to Johnson, top of the circle. Works it off left corner. Now to Baltimore on the left wing. Had it taken away. Stolen away by Ohm. He'll take it down the right side, lay it up and in. Baltimore lost control of that pass, and Ohm right there. Scoop it up, take it down the floor the other way. 3-2 Redmond. Kadrowski for three. Right side, no good. Rebound pulled away by Heinonen. Gets it in the hands of Moultrie. Moultrie steps behind the arc, fires the three, curls off, no good. Collision for the rebound, and it goes off Finlandia. Baltimore, Kadrowski, and Dylan Underwood all going for that one. Underwood the last to touch. Redmond will bring it up, left to right. Leading 3-2, minute and a half in to our game here tonight. Glad you're along tonight. Welcome in our viewers and listeners up in the Hancock, Michigan area. Now Johnson out of the right corner, back up top, facing a 2-3 zone here. Cook steps around, flip to the corner to Kadrowski. He'll drive out of the left side, shot clock down to 5, spins, floats, misses, got his own rebound. Stick back won't go, kept alive by Johnson, then taken out of there by Heinonen. Back come the Lions the other way. On the drive, Underwood goes with the left hand around Perry, missed. Perry able to get the rebound. Cook down across the timeline. Flips it over left wing to Baltimore. Baltimore back to Cook on the right wing for the three. That one's money. Krishawn Cook out of Niles, Illinois, by way of Ranger Junior College. And Redmond late getting back. Easy layup, Devin Moultrie beat everybody back for the layup low right. 6-4 Redmond. Krishawn Cook with foot injury last year that kept him off the floor. Baltimore deep three, back iron miss. Nobody home for the boards, and Lions will clear it out, looking to tie or take their first lead here. Kirksey back out for the three, and knocked down Heinonen. And the Lions have their first lead at 7-6. Redmond just 2 for 8, Lions 2 for 6 here in the early going. Good ball movement this time. Kadrowski from the right corner, back out to the left wing to Baltimore for three. That one's no good. Cook able to get the offensive rebound. To Sean Johnson, free throw line jumper won't fall. Ball tapped out of there and taken away by the Lions. They'll run it up the floor. Baltimore nearly took it away from Heinonen. Got it back, puts up the shot. That won't fall. Heinonen had that basketball. Baltimore coming down, tried to knock it out from behind. Heinonen was able to gain control of it. Actually got the shot away. Johnson now to the left corner. Kadrowski for three. In and out, no good. Perry getting the rebound. Had it, lost it. Couldn't quite stick a fork in that basketball. Skipped off his hands, and Underwood comes away with it. Out for the three. In and out, no good. Shot taken by Kirksey that time. Johnson clears out the rebound. 4 minutes gone by. 7-6. Finlandia. Johnson in the paint. Goes hard to the basket with the left hand. Lays it in. And a timeout taken by the Lions, a 30-second timeout. Just under 16 minutes remaining here in this first half. It's an 8-7 Redmond lead. Redmond 3 for 12 from the field, 2 for 7 at the arc. Lions 3 for 9, including a three-pointer. Redmond out rebounding the Lions 9-6 here in the early going. Kadrowski with three, Krishawn Cook with three, the leader for the Redmond. And Heinonen with three, leading the way for the Lions. Starting five out there for both clubs. Following the Lions' 30-second timeout. They'll get it into Underwood. He's their best player, just under 21 a game. Underwood now on the drive. Tried to look back for Kirksey that time, and it was stolen away by Cook. Krishan Cook able to dribble out of traffic. Down low, right to Johnson, able to finish off the glass. Good job by Cook to control the basketball. He had two defenders in front of him, kept the dribble going long enough to get the pass off to Johnson, low right, who was able to finish off the window. 3-point lead for the Redmen. Three-pointer up, no good for the Lions. Cleared out of there by Carthage. Kedrowski back down, circles back to Baltimore, now to Cook. Low right it goes to Perry, back out to Baltimore. Fake the pass, and Baltimore walked with the basketball. Was going to act like he was going to pass to the corner to Kedrowski on that left side. Then elected to put it on the floor at the last second and shuffled the feet. Second turn by the Redmen here tonight. Now bringing it down. Back up top to Kirksey. Back in the hands of Underwood, guarded by Baltimore. Tried to pass it inside, broken up by Cook and taken away. Second turn by the Lions. Down quickly to Baltimore. From the left corner, going to the right side, lays it up and in. Baltimore caught that pass in the left corner, took the dribble to the basket, and reversed with the right hand. His first 2 points tonight. 5-point Redmen lead. Underwood now at the center circle. Gives it off to Ohm, back to Underwood. Catch, shoots, misses, rebound Perry. Gives it off to Baltimore across midcourt. Back to Cook on the left wing. Out to Kedrowski, coming in from the right corner, leaves for Johnson, count it, and one. Sean Johnson on the extra pass that time from Kedrowski, able to finish at the rim and draw the foul. TJ Best in for Krishan Cook for the Redmen. Johnson at the line for the and one. And the free throw is good. 7 tonight for Johnson, an 8-point Redmen lead now at 15-7. Now out of the far corner right side is Ohm, puts up the shot. That one is no good. 3 for 12 now so far in the ball game for the Lions. Baltimore with it. Through two defenders, kick back to Kedrowski, now back up top to Best. Around to Kedrowski again, left side to the left block. Turnaround shot, Johnson, good. Entry pass by Kedrowski, sharp to Johnson, standing on the left block, caught it and went right to the basket all in one motion. 9 points for Sean Johnson here early. It's a 10-point Redmen lead. All alone for the three on the left wing is Moultrie missing. Johnson able to pull the rebound. 13-6 advantage on the glass. Kedrowski floats off the glass, no. Rebound picked up by Underwood. Gives it off to Caleb Kirksey down the right side. Lost the dribble off of Best, who came up to defend that time. Filip Bulanovic will check in along with Preston Laketta. And now a full timeout taken by Finlandia. We'll take a break as well. 13-16 to go, first half. Redmond 17, Finlandia 7. Back after this on AM 1050 WLIP. Couple of timeouts taken by Finlandia here in this first half. 17-7. Redmond on top. 13 minutes to go here in this first half. Game 2 of the Honda of Kenosha Classic here tonight from the Tarble Arena. Underwood working the dribble. Kicks it back off to Kirksey. Try to throw it back inside. Stolen away by Best. Outlets to Bulanovich. Down the other way. Had it knocked out of his hand and out of bounds. It'll be Carthage ball. Getting back defensively was Heinonen that time. Able to get back. Take that one away from Bulanovich. So you have Bulanovich, Baltimore, Laketta, Johnson, and Best out there for the Redmen. Got River Shoemate in there now for the first time tonight. Sophomore guard out of Mount Clemens, Michigan for the Lions. Shot taken by no good. Rebound Johnson. Quite a first half so far for Sean Johnson. 9 points, 5 rebounds. Now Laketta, deep three off the left wing. That one is short, and that will go out of bounds. He struggled in the ball game the other night early on. Preston Laketta missed his first 4 3-point shots in that ball game. Now Lions will set it up offensively. Get it out for the 3. That's River Shoemate. Able to knock it down. That's their first bucket in nearly 5 minutes for the Lions. Now 4 for 16 from the floor. Now Bulanovich in the right corner. Back up top to Best. Again, zone defense here by the Lions. Get it to Best. To Bulanovich. Inside to Laketta on the right block. He's immediately double teamed. Needs to take it back out. Back over to Baltimore. Now to Johnson. Turnaround shot. Left baseline. Good. Good patience by the Redmen. No panic there. And that zone defense. Laketta had it. Now we get a travel by Underwood. Brought that ball back up and palmed it. Again, good job by the Redmen not to panic. Found the open man. In this case, it was Johnson now in double figures with 11. (19-10), Redmen by 9. 11 and a half minutes to play first half. Winner will face Rose-Hulman tomorrow at 3 o'clock here at the Tarble Arena. Baltimore for 3. Top of the circle. Knock it down. Keenan Baltimore moving up that all-time points list now. Eyeing up Rich Carey. Rich is the next on that list at 21 all-time as we got a foul. It's going to go on Bulanovich. That is his first on the Redmen. And at the line will be Jacob Ohm shooting 2. Will knock down the front end. Ohm 75% from the line this year. Hits them both. 10-point Redmen lead, 22-12. Carthage will bring it up left to right. Baltimore to Best. The Laketta turnaround shot at the free throw line won't go. Tipped up by Johnson, won't fall, and Underwood clears it out of there for the Lions. Gives it up to Shoemate. River Shoemate. 6 foot, 170-pound guard as that one goes off of Baltimore out of bounds. Reset the shot clock to 20 here for the Lions as they will inbound in front of the Redmen bench. Job by Laketta, guarding that inbounds, knocking it away again. Again, Shoemate will get it in. They work it off to Jacob Ohm. Now to Shoemate on the left wing, guarded by Laketta. Driving on Laketta, stops in the lane, got away with a walk as he dragged the foot, missed the shot. Ball loose inside, taken away by Johnson. He'll give it up to Baltimore. Down to Laketta. Tried to save it from going out. Picked up by River Shoemate. Laketta could not handle the pass, and that one goes out of bounds off of Johnson. Lions will keep possession here left of the basket. Shot clock will stay at 22. Ohm with it now, top of the circle, guarded by Bulanovich. Ohm deep now over Baltimore, missed that three-pointer, and the rebound pulled in by T.J. Best. Works it off to Baltimore on the right wing. Pressure now. They switch up man-to-man. Baltimore, and he was bounced a couple of times by Jacob Ohm, and finally the foul called on Ohm on the hand check. 9:47 to play, first half, 22-12. Redmond in front. Finlandia had a brief 7-6 lead, and then the Redmond began to pull away here. Laketta off the inbound, fadeaway off the right side is good. Caught that pass about 5 feet from the lane on the right side, and Laketta, his first points tonight. Now on the drive, Underwood, high off the glass, got it to fall. First points tonight for Underwood, 1 for 5 from the field. 24-14 Redmond. Baltimore lost the defender, steps back and hits the three. Top of the circle, Keenan Baltimore with 8. Crossover dribble, lost his man. Back the other way, Johnson with a block. Outlets to Baltimore. Spread the floor to Best, coming down the right side, got it. TJ Best on the breakout that time, off the feed from Baltimore. All set up by the Sean Johnson block underneath. 29-14, largest lead now at 15 for the Redmond. 8:50 to play in the half. Now Ohm tried to throw it across court from the right corner, left corner, broken up by Best out of bounds. As Kadrowski will come in now for the Redmond, replacing Baltimore. Moultrie back in for the Lions. And Riley Hendrickson in for the first time tonight, a 5'9" freshman out of Crystal Falls, Michigan. Underwood with it. Back over to Hendrickson. Now over to River Shoemate. Air ball 3 over to the right side, picked up by TJ Best. Best, Johnson, Laketta, Bulatovic, and Kadrowski out there for the Redmond. Best coming around the left side, will lay it up from the left glass and in. TJ Best. His first points, second points tonight, I should say, and then went near block, but a foul on Johnson. As he tried to deny Devin Moultrie inside. Moultrie will earn it from the line. Johnson working on a first half double-double. 11 points, 8 boards so far for Sean Johnson. Free throw goes down for Moultrie. Brad Perry will check back in. He will replace Sean Johnson. Perry, Bulatovic, Kadrowski, Best, and Laketta for the Redmond. Moultrie, Shoemate, Hendrickson, Underwood, and Heinonen missing the second free throw. Moultrie, Laketta with the rebound. 31-15 Carthage. Approaching 8 minutes to go here in the first half. Bulatovic inside to Perry, turns around and hits. Had Heinonen on him, but that was 6'11" against 6'5", and kind of just flecked him away. High off the glass, left side, Moultrie able to get around Perry that time for the bucket. 5 points now for Moultrie. 33-17, Redmond in front. Kadrowski with it. To Best, right side it goes, Bulatovic. Laketta back to the Bulatovic, drives the right side, lays it in. Little give and go that time between Bulatovic and Laketta. And Phillip able to finish. First points tonight for Bulatovic. Turnaround shot taken by Heinonen, rejected by Bulatovic. Down quickly to Kadrowski. He'll go up, counted and one. Jordan Kadrowski on a nice feed from Bulatovic, able to finish and draw the foul. 5 points for Kadrowski. The foul will go on Hendrickson, Riley Hendrickson. That is his first, team third. Laketta and Best coming out. Washburn, Joshua Washburn, checking in for the first time tonight for the Redmond. 5'11" junior from Indian Trail High School, as Kadrowski finishes the three-point play. Baltimore also back in as Moultrie beat everybody back. Perry wasn't ready. Moultrie came down the left side for the layup. 7 for Moultrie tonight. 38-19 Redmond, under 7 minutes to play first half. Bulatovic driving, contact as he got to the baseline. Moultrie that time denying him access to the basket, but commits the foul. first on Moultrie, fourth on the team. Was not in the act of shooting, so Washburn will trigger the inbound for the Redmen. Gets it into Kadrowski. Now to Perry. Perry goes up with the right hand short, follows his own shot, goes back a second time, and it crawls over the rim and down. Brad Perry now has 4. 40-19. Moultrie for 3 off the right wing, won't go. Balatovich with the rebound. Gives it up to Washburn. Right side to Baltimore. Back to Washburn, he'll back it off to the center circle. Now inside Perry on the left block. Back out to Washburn, to Baltimore, alone for 3, got it. Keenan Baltimore just parked on the arc, right side, now in double figures with 11. 43-19, Carthage. We had a moving screen violation, I believe, on Moultrie. Trying to step up on a ball screen that time. Slid the body into the defender. 2 fouls on Moultrie, 5th on the team. And not a very deep team here. They're only dressing 9 players tonight, Finlandia. The 3 other players in sweats did not warm up, sitting on the bench. Baltimore again for 3. That one comes up short, but Kadrowski able to get the rebound. Shot clock resets to 20. Now Kadrowski, left corner 3 on the way. Got it off the feed from Baltimore. Kedro at 9, 46-19. Again, Moultrie able to beat everybody back. This time missed the shot. Kadrowski outlets to Balatovich. Down the floor, and it was tipped away. She tried to make a move that time on Underwood, who deflected it out of bounds. (46-19). Largest lead now for the Redmen at 27 as Baltimore makes it a 29-point lead. Off the inbound and layup left side. Keenan with 13 first half points. Jacob Pogle's going to check in next dead ball for the Redmen. 3 by Underwood. That rattles out, no good. Washburn with the rebound. Now to Balatovich. He'll fire the 3, missing. Ball goes out of bounds off of Perry as he was battling Heinonen that time for that rebound. Perry last to touch. Poglace will check in now. Who's coming off? Kadrowski will come out. Chant goes up for Poglace, the Australian native. As Balatovich breaks up that pass out of bounds near side, it'll be Lion basketball. They'll get it into Moultrie. To River Shoemate. Trying to go back to Moultrie. Pass is broken up by Balatovich out of bounds underneath. Lions will retain possession. Washburn with it, high on the left. Works it back to Baltimore, inside to Balatovich. Dumps it to the left block, Perry. Makes the catch, puts it off the glass and down. Brad Perry was 6. Lead back to 19. River Shoemate having some trouble now. Ball loose on the floor. Nice job by Washburn to get it to Balatovich. Got it to the basket, missed. Rebound Baltimore, and the stick back low left goes down for Keenan Baltimore. Good hustle by Washburn that time to break it up at midcourt. Now we got a travel by River Shoemate in the backcourt. Turning it right back to the Redmen. So Perry out. Sean Johnson back in. 3:52 to play. 52-21 Carthage. Johnson now back out to Washburn. Takes it below the arc to the free throw line. Back inside to Johnson. Johnson fouled as he caught that pass. Heinonen that time got him across the left arm. That is the 6th foul on the Lions, and we'll get our first look at Adam Radcliffe, the 5'10 senior out of Elgin, Illinois. Product of St. Edward High School down there. He will trigger the inbound, gets it into Poglace. So you got Johnson, Baltimore, Poglace, Washburn, and Radcliffe out there. Baltimore with the run-up, the little floater in the paint. Teardrop falls for Keenan Baltimore. 17 first half points for Keenan Baltimore. 54-21 Redmond. Washburn got past, or I should say, that was Underwood getting past Washburn for the layup low left. 4 points for Underwood, again averaging just under 21 a game. Been held quiet here so far. 3 minutes to go, first half, 54-23 Carthage. Baltimore again in the paint, goes up with it and hits. Keenan Baltimore having quite the first half, 8 for 11 now, including 3 of 6 from the arc. Johnson, another block out of bounds, this one on Moultrie. That's 4 first half blocks tonight for Sean Johnson. 11, 8, and 4 the line so far for Johnson. Broken up, Moultrie able to pick it up. Now back out it goes. Deep three, no good. Baltimore able to save it from going out to Johnson. Nice job. Gets it to Adam Radcliffe now. He'll set it up. 2.5 minutes to go, first half. Johnson slams it home, coming in from the right side. The feed from Baltimore. 13 first half points for Sean Johnson. Underwood for 3, back rim no. Baltimore with another rebound. Redmond with 30-12 advantage on the glass. Poglace for 3, that won't fall. Rebound pulled out of there by Kirksey. Moultrie for 3 off the left wing. Crawls off, no good. They've gone stone cold again here, as they have missed their last 11 three-point attempts. This time, Poglace able to knock down the triple from the left side. 61 first half points for the Redmen. Banking it home that time was Caleb Kirksey. Got loose in the paint, went glass and hit. First 2 points for Kirksey tonight. 61-25. Washburn, right corner it goes. Poglace back up top to Washburn, reversing to Cliff. Cliffy for 3, got it. Radcliffe for the triple. He's in the scorebook. 64 first half points and another turnover. Underwood threw it off of Moultrie out of bounds. That's 6 turnovers tonight now for the Lions. Redmond on a 26-6 run now. Lions 0 for 6 their last 7 possessions. Minute to go here in this first half. Laketta back in there now. Also in for the first time tonight, Kyle Pierce. Inside to Laketta, and he spun 1 step too many, traveled with the basketball. Just the 4th turnover here the first half by Carthage, coming with 52 seconds to play. Underwood working the dribble, back to Moultrie. Top of the circle. Now puts a move on Laketta, goes around Laketta's left, lays it up low left and in. Moultrie in double figures with 11. Washburn, that was a flap, no call. Washburn got around his man, lays it up and in. Underwood taking the flop that time. I'm surprised they weren't given the warning on that one. We were told that was going to be something highly watched here in November, but evidently not tonight. On the pull-up inside, blocked by Poglace, taken away by Poglace. Tried to get it down to Laketta, stolen by Underwood. Final 5 seconds here. Underwood in front of Poglace, puts it up and in. And that will end our first half on Underwood's basket. 66-29, Redmond in front here after 1 half of play. Carthage blistering the nets at a 60% pace. And they held the Lions just 1 for 8 their last 8 field goal attempts. 66-29, Carthage here at the half. We'll pause, take a 2-minute break. Back to run the numbers for you right after this 2-minute break. You're listening to Carthage Redmond basketball on AM 1050 WLIP. Thanks, Mike.
Cheese curds, but they gotta be cold. My favorite is cold.
Tonight's Redmond basketball game brought to you in part by Mason's Eatery and Pub, located on Highway 50 just west of Green Bay Road. By Building Waters, Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. That's what they do, and don't forget refrigeration too. And by Francetic Tax Resolution. Don't get frantic, get Francetic. Go to 262tax.com. Well, when an 0-5 team comes into your building, you're playing 3-0 basketball. You just beat the number 2 team in the nation. This is what you kind of expected. 66-29, Redmond here at the half. A 26-6 run late here in this first half, and the Redmond have put an exclamation point on this one early. Redmond were blistering the nets here at a 60% pace, 28 of 47 tonight so far. Redmond 8 of 18 at the arc, and they got to the line twice in that first half. They out-rebound the Lions 32-13 en route to this huge 37-point lead at the break. Individually for the Redmond in that first half, they had a couple of players in double figures, and it was Keenan Baltimore with 19. Baltimore 8 for 11. He missed his first 2 shots of the game. Finished this half off going 8 for 9 from the field. He was 3 of 6 from outside the arc and 19 points, but he's doing a lot more than that. He's got 5 assists so far tonight, the leading assist man for the Redmond tonight as well. Sean Johnson with 13 points in that first half. Johnson 6 for 6 from the field, including a free throw. 8 rebounds and 4 blocks tonight for Johnson. He has 13. Jordan Kudrowski with 9. Kudrowski 3 of 9 from the field, including a pair of three-pointers. He has 5 rebounds and 4 assists tonight for Kudrowski. 6 points for Brad Perry. Perry 3 for 5. 4 points for TJ Best coming off the bench. 3 points each for Jacob Polglace and Adam Radcliffe. 2 points each for Preston Laketta and Joshua Washburn. And Philip Bulatovich also with 2 points in that first half. Kyle Pierce coming in late here, played a little over a minute in this first half. and did not score for the Redmen. Again, Carthage 28 of 47, just under 60% from the field in that first half. Meanwhile, for the Finlandia Lions, they went 12 of 37, 32% from the field, 2 for 17. They finished the last 13 minutes of this game going 1 for 14 from the three-point arc. They were led by Devin Moultrie's 11 points. Moultrie 5 for 12. He missed all 5 of his three-point attempts. He was 1 for 2 at the line for his 11, the only player in double figures for the Lions. Dylan Underwood, the team's leading scorer, 6 points in that first half, 3 of 9 from the field. He missed all 4 of his three-point attempts. 4 points for Jacob Ohm, 3 points for Joe Heinonen, 3 also for River Shoemate, 2 points for Caleb Kirksey, and Riley Hendrickson coming off the bench did not score for the Lions in that first half. We told you about the rebounding, 32 to 13 in favor of the Redmen so far tonight. The Lions held to just 1 offensive rebound tonight as well. Redmen getting 7 on the offensive glass. Sean Johnson with 8 boards tonight to lead the Redmen in that category. Carthage with 20 assists in that first half as well. 5 by Baltimore, 4 by Kodrowski. You'll love this assist to turnover rate. 20 assists to 5 turnovers tonight in that first half by the Redmen. And the Lions with just 2 assists, 6 turnovers, 1 block, and 2 steals. Redmen with 6 blocks in that first half, 4 of them by Johnson, 1 by Krishawn Cook, the other by Filip Bulatovic in that first half. Carthage outscoring the Lions 36-16 in the paint, forcing those 6 turns, leading to 11 points by the Redmen. Second chance points, the Redmen 7-0, and the Redmen bench outscoring the Lions 16-3. There were 2 lead changes. Finlandia with a 7-6 lead 4 minutes into this contest, but it was all Redmen after that, a 26-6 run, and the Carthage Redmen lead it by 37 here at the break, 66-29. Again, the winner of this game will face Rose-Hulman Institute, a technology school located in Terre Haute, Indiana. That will take place tomorrow afternoon at 3. Aurora awaits the loser of this game here tonight at the 1 o'clock game. There will be a swimming and diving meet tomorrow at 12 noon. Carthage taking on North Central and Carroll. Also women's basketball tomorrow. Lady Reds will be up at Ripon College. They will be taking on the Red Hawks tomorrow afternoon. We will have women's basketball for you here next Tuesday night, right here on the Tarble Arena floor, as the Lady Reds will host UW Stevens Point in a pre-Thanksgiving matchup, with the campus closing down Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday for the Thanksgiving recess. It'll be our final game before the Thanksgiving holiday. It'll be the Lady Reds and UW Stevens Point Tuesday night. We'll have it for you on the air beginning at 6:45, a 7 o'clock tip right here at the Tarble Arena. Redmen up 66-29 here at the half. We'll take a 60 break. Back with more halftime programming after this on AM 1050 WLIP. Once again, a big thank you tonight to Honda of Kenosha for sponsoring the basketball tournament this weekend here at Carthage College. The Honda of Kenosha Classic. Carthage Redmond on top of Finlandia 66-29. The Division III Women's Volleyball Championships going on at Cedar Rapids, Iowa this afternoon. And the Carthage Lady Reds, the number 4 seed, taking on the Emory Eagles, the number 1 seed out of Atlanta, and the defending Division III volleyball champions. And it went right down to the wire today, and it was the Emory Eagles pulling out a 3-2 victory over the Carthage Lady Reds. The Reds dropped the first match of the day, 25-19. Matter of fact, they dropped the first 2 matches, 25-19, 25-23, before storming back to take match number 3, 25-16, and then match 4, 25-20. Then it was a back and forth affair in the 5th match, as the Lady Reds actually had a 10-9 lead, but the Eagles came back and defeated the Lady Reds 16-14 in the 5th and deciding set to move to the championship match. They will take on winner of the Trinity Texas Hunter matchup. Excuse me, Trinity Texas Johns Hopkins matchup. That's the 2 and number 6 seeds going at it down in Cedar Rapids. So the season comes to an end for the Lady Reds, dropping to Emory 3-2 in their match this afternoon down at Cedar Rapids, Iowa, in the Division III Women's Volleyball Championship semifinals. Great run for the Lady Reds this year. 30-4 their record, and just came up a bit short earlier this afternoon. Well, the Redmen, after a bit of a slow start, hanging around Finlandia for the first 4 or 5 minutes tonight, pulled away a 26-6 run, and they lead by 37 here as both teams back up on the floor getting set for our second half here tonight. Keenan Baltimore now closing in on the 21st place in the all-time scorers list. He's just behind Rich Carey, who played for the Redmen back in 77 through 1980. If that name sounds familiar, Rich's son Max played his collegiate basketball here not too long ago here for the Redmen. But it's Keenan Baltimore moving up the ranks here. We'll slide into 21st place here with his performance so far tonight, with his 19 points this evening. A good chance to reach the top 15 all time in Redmond scoring. Of course, Steve Jurakovic sitting atop that list along with Jason Wurtel. Had the privilege to watch both of those players in the broadcast booth in their collegiate career here at Carthage College. Rob Garnes in that list as well. Saw his rebounding self. Antoine McDaniel in the top 10. Twan, we're thinking of you. Hope you're tuning in tonight. Hope things are going well for you. I know it's been a rough couple of weeks. Certainly wish you and your family, our thoughts and prayers with you and your family, Twan, as you're tuning in tonight. Well, if you're Carthage, don't let up the gas pedal here. Continue to put together what built up this lead here. Don't get sloppy with the ball. Only turned it over 5 times in that first half, which is acceptable. Lions will inbound here to begin our second half. They will work it left to right. And we're underway here, second half. Redmond by 37 here as we start our second half. Underwood, Heinonen, Moultrie, Kirksey, and Hendrickson out there. And that three-point shot, no good. Perry able to get the rebound. Outlets to Kedrowski. Gives it up to Cook. Back to Kedrowski. Krishan Cook. Good to see him healthy and playing. Down to Brad Perry, low right, off the glass and in. Both Cook and Perry back this season. Moultrie now cut off by Johnson nicely that time. Gets it back out to Underwood on the drive, lays it up and in. Actually, that's Ohm with that layup from the left side. Ohm now with 6 points. 68-31 Redmond. Pass broken up inside, stolen away by Kirksey. Gives up the dribble up top. Now goes to the corner. Ohm for three. In and out, no good. Johnson with another rebound. He'll give it up to Krishan Cook. Johnson closing in on a double-double. Inside to Kedrowski, able to finish. Nice pass by Baltimore. Able to find Kedrowski low right. 11 now for Kedrowski. Moultrie driving in left side, and what do we got? Oh, blocking foul on Sean Johnson, just a hair late. Setting both feet at the right block on the drive by Moultrie. And so Moultrie will go to the free throw line, shooting two. The and one here. On the way in good. Three-point play for Moultrie. He's got 14. 70-34 Redmond. Just underway here, second half. Cook takes it across right to left. Left corner near side. Kedrowski drives out of the corner. Reach foul. Ohm that time. For Ohm, that is his third. Each team with a team foul here in this first half. Shot clock reset to 20 here as Carthage will inbound to Kedrowski. Over the Perry screen, hits the 20-footer. Nice inbound set that time. Cook nearly gets the steal and does. The backcourt tried to throw it off the player, off of Underwood. Stayed in bounds, however. Ohm got it across. 12 seconds in the backcourt. Officials missed that one. Now back the other way. Blocked by Perry inside on Moultrie. Kept alive. Ohm with it. Puts it up short. Might have been partially blocked by Perry. Kedrowski comes away with it. Down the floor to Keenan Baltimore. Baltimore back out to Kedrowski. Left wing three. Got it. Feed from Baltimore again to Kedro. 16 now for Kedro. Now nearly stolen as Baltimore right at midcourt. Down below us. Nearly ended up in the second row. Underwood over Cook for three, got it. Cook a little late getting a hand in his face. Underwood able to knock it down. First three-pointer made by Underwood tonight. He has got 9. 75-37 Redmond. Baltimore got around Ohm, coming down the right side, knocked to the floor. He'll get to the line to shoot 2. Baltimore driving in from the right side. Kirksey with the foul. That is his first, second on the team. Keenan Baltimore at the free throw line. He will shoot 2 here. Looking for his first points in this second half. Knocks down the front end. 20 on the night for Baltimore. Just the third trip to the line for the Redmen tonight. They're now 3 for 3 at the stripe. Second one crawls over the front and down. 77-37. 40-point advantage here for the Redmen. Moultrie for 3. That's off the rim, no good. Baltimore had the rebound, lost it. Cook comes away with it. Trying to dribble out of traffic. Cook across the middle of the floor. Over to Baltimore down the right side. Baltimore to Johnson, right corner. Cross court left side. Kedrowski driving in. Tried to dump it off to Perry. He kept it alive to Johnson. Back out to Kedrowski. Step back 3, short. Perry with the rebound. Goes back up and flushes it down with the right hand. Off the miss by Kedrowski. Perry picked it up on the left block. Flushed it down right hand. 10 points for Brad Perry. 79-37. Now a steal by Kedrowski. 1-on-2. Kedrowski going to take it all the way up right side, lay it up and in. Kedrowski with 18 tonight. 44-point advantage now for the Redmen. 81-37. We're 4 minutes into the second half. Now Underwood cut off. Back out to Moultrie. Raised up. Thought about the three. Now back to Underwood. Giving go. Rejected by Johnson. Underwood picks it back up. Moultrie with it in the paint. Laid it short. Bothered by Johnson. Perry comes away with it. Got it to Kedrowski. Back to Perry. Now to Baltimore. Baltimore will walk it across now and hand it off to Krishan Cook. Shot clock down to 15 here. Cook to Johnson. Touch pass down low to Perry. Double team, tried to raise up with it. Perry drew the foul. It's a bounce pass by Johnson that time down the right baseline. Picked up by Perry, and with that ball below his waist, that allowed the two defenders to get to it. Trying to tie Perry up. Foul will be charged here to Kirksey. That is his second. Third team foul, and Brad Perry on the line. First trip tonight for Brad, and that one barely drew iron. Jacob Poglace in now for the Redmen, replacing Jordan Kedrowski. 18 points tonight, 7 of 14, including 3 three-pointers, 6 boards, 5 assists. Missed them both. Johnson kept it alive, but taken away by Underwood. 81-37 Redmen. Underwood lost a step, gave up the basketball. Baltimore to Poglace, coming down. High off the glass, no. Cook's follow, no good. And the rebound pulled out of there by Heinonen. Behind the arc. Ohm, all alone, right corner three, got it. The right pocket three for Ohm. 9 points. 81-40 Redmen. Now Cook, off balance, into the corner to Poglace for three, no good. Baltimore with the offensive board. Going low right, trying to go back up over Ohm. Ball was partially blocked. Cook picks it up. His shot no good. Tapped alive by Perry, no. Johnson with the steal. Back to Perry. Look out. Everybody clear out. Perry pulls the rim down. Two-hand jam that time by Perry. Air ball missed by Ohm. Saved by Moultrie. Back out it goes to Underwood for three. That's no good. Ball loose near the free throw line. They dive for it. Johnson knocked to the floor. Picked up by Baltimore. Baltimore coming down the right side. Behind the back dribble. Stolen by Moultrie. Play getting a little ragged here, as one would expect, with an 83-40 lead. 6 minutes into our second half. Underwood will back it off. Gives it off to Ohm. Moultrie takes the dribble right wing, behind the arc in front of Baltimore. Spins on Baltimore, cut off there, back out. Three on the way, good. Good shot by Heinonen. Heinonen now with 6. (83-43) Redmen. Cook working the dribble up top. Nice lob down low. Another dunk for Perry. That's 3 straight for Perry to check that backboard and rim after the game. 14 points now. Season best for Perry. Underwood back to Moultrie. Spins in the paint. Rejected by Johnson again to Cook. Outlets to Poglace. Down the floor, going up over Ohm. The foul by Ohm. Another block by Johnson, his 6th. He had 7 a year ago against this Lion team. He may get the triple-double the hard way tonight if things keep going the way they are, but I doubt Bosco will keep him out that long. Poglace on the line shooting 2, able to hit. Hit a pair of clutch free throws the other night against Oshkosh to preserve that 7-point win. TJ Best and Filip Balanovich checking in for the Redmen, replacing Perry and Cook. One more toss here for Poglace. Hits them both. 2 for 2 that trip, 5 on the night for Poglace. 87-43 Redmen. 12:55 to go. And on the drive by Underwood, a foul before the shot. TJ Best with the foul. That is his first, second on the team. Underwood will trigger to Ohm, left of the basket. Back to Underwood. Pulls up over Best, back iron miss. Johnson lost control and almost went in. He was able to get it back for the rebound. That's 10 boards tonight for Sean Johnson to go with 13 points. A double-double tonight for Sean. Baltimore now works it off to Best. TJ Best on the dribble. Kick to the left corner. Poglace for three near side. Got it. Jacob Poglace for a triple. 8 on the night, 90-43. Underwood for three, left wing. Long miss, picked up at the free throw line by Poglace. Best will walk it down. Now Johnson, high on the left. Cross-court feed to Poglace right side. Now back to Best, middle of the floor. Wheels it inside to Baltimore. Spins on the right block, goes up and was fouled. Baltimore fouled, and he will get to the line here to shoot two. Underwood having a few words with Baltimore. To Keenan's credit, kept his composure there. Last year that might have led to a few extracurricular things with Baltimore. I think he's starting, saw toward the end of the year, last year starting to mature a little bit. The official talking to Keenan say you don't need to do that. You're having. Johnson comes out, gets a nice hand. Johnson tonight, 13 points, 10 boards, 6 blocks for Sean Johnson. Baltimore will come out as Preston Laquetta will check in. So we got Kyle Pierce out there along with TJ Best, Jacob Poglace, Preston Laquetta, and Philip Bulanovich. 92-43 Redmond, 11:40 to go. River Shoemate in there now, along with Matthew Graves in for the first time tonight for the Lions. 20-footer no good. Pierce with the rebound, and he was fouled coming down with the board that time. Kyle Pierce, the 6'4 junior, working the glass that time. River Shoemate fouling Pierce. That is the 6th team foul on the Lions. 8.5 gone by here in this second half. 92-43 Redmond. Now Bulanovich, turnaround in the paint, left side, good. Bulanovich bothered that time by Graves. Able to make that nice little fake to the right, spun to his left and off the glass. 4 points for Bulanovich, 94-43, 3 on the way, good. Jacob Ohm. 12 tonight for Ohm, 94-46, Redmond in front. Laquetta top of the circle. To Pierce, now to Bulanovich, turns off the right block. That one spun out, tried to go after his own rebound and knocked it out of bounds to the Lions. And the Lions play 3 straight games, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. They play headed to the consolation game tomorrow at 1 o'clock. They'll take on Aurora. As Shoemate going up, shot blocked at the rim. They'll call Bulanovich on the arm for the foul. Second on Bulanovich. This will put Shoemate on the line shooting a pair. River Shoemate tonight with 3 points, 1 for 3 from the field. This will be his first trip to the line. Free throw goes down. Redmond with just 2 turnovers here in this second half, a total of 8 so far tonight. Shoemate drops down both. He's got 5, 94-48 Redmond. Carthage out rebounding the Lions 45-19 in this rout tonight. Nice look to Bulanovich, able to finish. Good extra pass that time. Laquetta to Pierce. And Pierce firing it down low to Baladovic for the finish. 6 tonight for the freshman out of Maine South. 96-45 Carthage, 9:55 to play. Rivers Shoemate lost control of the dribble. Best was able to poke it away. Outlets to Pierce. Pierce down the floor, missed the layup. On the foul, Baladovic able to get it to go down. Good job by the freshman to trail that play. Pierce tried to rush that just a little bit, overlaid. That one's flipped up no good by Graves. Rebound to TJ Best. He'll walk it up. 98-48 Redmond, 9:20 to play. Poglace coming down, jump stop in the paint, lays it up left side. Jacob Poglace now in double figures with 10. And the Redmen hit the century mark tonight, 100-48. 3 is short, Laquetta with another rebound. 48 boards tonight for the Redmen. Best across midcourt to Baladovic, right wing. Driving, goes around Graves. The help out foul by Ohm that time. Come down the lane to cut off Baladovic, who had an easy layup. He'll make the freshman earn it from the line. Free throw up and good for Baladovic. Adam Radcliffe in. Coming in for TJ Best. Baladovic finishes his free throws. He will come out. We'll get our first look at Luke Barrich of the season. Luke, the 6'2 freshman. Father Mike played for Bosco down at North Park. So Barrich in for the first time. Ohm with driving the right side, able to lay it up and in. 14 tonight for Ohm. 102-50 Redmond. Laquetta for 3, got it. Preston Laquetta from long distance. It's his first made triple tonight. 5 points tonight. Graves will fire the 3, missing. Pierce with the rebound to Radcliffe. Oscar Burns taking the sweats off. He's going to make his way to the scorer's table here as Laquetta drives the basket. Missed, rebound pulled out of there by Riley Hendrickson. On the floor quickly it goes to Alex Richwine. He missed. Rebound cleared out of there by Barrich. Now Radcliffe working the dribble between the circles. Swings it off to Pierce. Inside Poglace. Back out to Barrich. And we got a foul. Poglace was knocked to the floor as he dished that one back out to Barrich. And Jacob going to go back to the free throw line here for the 1-and-1, as that's the 8th team foul committed by the Lions. Poglace missing on the 1-and-1. Pierce with the offensive rebound. The tie-up, possession arrow to the Redmen. As Oscar Burns, the 5'11 sophomore from Las Vegas, Nevada, will make his first appearance this year. He will come in for Poglace. They get it into Laquetta. He'll bank it in. 20-footer off the left side, inside the arc that time for Laquetta. 7 tonight for Preston Laquetta. 107-50 Carthage. Second time in as many in 3 games the Redmen have hit the century mark. On the drive, curls around right side, teardrop falls on the little jump stop floater by Riley Hendrickson. First 2 tonight for Hendrickson, 107-52. Pierce, Laquetta, deep 3, air ball miss. Pierce tried to save it, but it went off of Hendrickson, who picks it up now, leads the dribble back across midcourt. Burns picks him up, works it over to Graves. And then back inside to Richwine. 107-55, 6.5 minutes to play. Not many stoppage of play here in this second half. And we got an offensive foul as taking the charge that time on the Pierce drive was Matthew Graves. Pierce with the foul, his first. Michael Petrella will join the lineup now for the Redmen. Transfer from Harper Community College. Petrella 6'4", 195, a junior. He'll come in for Laketta. Also in Josh Sobecki, the 6'6 sophomore out of Zion Benton. Teammate of Keenan Baltimore in their high school days. And Sobecki trying to go for the rebound. Both he and Burns collide. The ball goes out of bounds to the Lions. Pretty much as expected tonight. We'll have our post game tonight with Steve Jurikovic. He'll join us up here in the broadcast booth. At the conclusion of our game here tonight, Redmond are going to get set to take on Rose-Hulman Institute tomorrow at 3 o'clock for the championship of the Honda of Kenosha Classic. Cliffy for three. Adam Radcliffe off the right wing. 6 tonight. On the pull-up shot now the other way. Basket goes down for Richwine. His first 2 tonight. 110-57. Just over 5.5 minutes to go here in this one. It'll be Aurora and Finlandia at 1 o'clock tomorrow, followed by the Redmen and the Fighting Engineers of Rose-Hulman. Another 3 for Cliffy. Back-to-back triples for Adam Radcliffe. 113-57. Missed shot, rebounds Sobecki. 53-22 advantage on the boards. Pretty much the way it's gone all season for the Lions. Now on the drive, and the layup is good. Luke Barrich with his first points as a Carthage Redman. Barrich driving in from the right side. Father Mike up in the stands here. Pretty proud dad. Foul on the Redmen up top here. It'll go on Burns. That's his first. 15 foul. Now the jump shot taken by Richwine is no good. Rebound cleared out of there by the Redmen. Kyle Chirac in there now. Zurak in there for the first time this season as well. The sophomore out of Aurora. Older brother played here last couple of seasons. Lions get it in. 115-57, 4:25 to play. Ohm with it, cut off by Burns. Shoots over Burns. Shot is short. Loose near the free throw line. Picked up by the Redmen. Zurak with the rebound. Now to Burns. Burns on the crossover dribble. Jump stop in the lane. Lays it up and in. That's a pretty snazzy move that time by the Las Vegas native Oscar Burns. Back the other way. Shot short. Petrella with the rebound for Carthage. Under 4 to play, 117-57. 60-point lead. Inside Sobecki, turnaround in the paint, lefty fires missing. Rebound pulled out of there by Rivers Shoemate. He'll break it out all the way, past Burns, finger roll is good for Rivers Shoemate. 10 tonight for Shoemate. 3:25 to go, 117-59. Sobecki got it. Inside feed that time on a nice look by Petrella. Able to feed Sobecki. 3 by Shoemate. That rolls off no good. Rebound. Zurak for the Redmen. Burns. Got it picked by Shoemate. They're going to call the foul. Turnover. Actually a foul here on the Redmen, not the turnover. 2 on Burns. More substitutions here for the Redmen. So Becky will come out. Mike Callentine, a 6'7" sophomore out of Oak Park, Illinois. His first appearance tonight and on the season. Taken away inside by Petrella. He'll fire the 3. The lefty up, no good. Rebound loose in the paint there. Marko Drazic in there now for the Redmen. Drazic out of Serbia, 6'3", 175, the junior. Free throw line jumper up and in for Alex Richwine. 4 points in the second half for Richwine. 119-61 with 2:15 to play. Callentine with it high on the right. Hands it off. Step back shot on the way, taken by Jacob Setchel, no good. Rebound. Callentine, he puts it back up, couldn't go. Graves with the rebound for the Lions. 3 up and in. Off the left wing, Riley Hendrickson. 5 of his points here in this second half. 119-64. Force it around to Callentine. Right wing 3, that won't fall. Rebound pulled away by Ohm. Lions are going to fall to 0-6. Drop their 33rd consecutive loss. They were 0-21 a year ago, 0-6 this year, lost their last 7 ball games at the end of the 17-18 season. And they play as an independent in basketball. They've got football, baseball, they're in hockey, football conference, they're in the Michigan Intercollegiate Athletic Association. Baseball, they're in the Wisconsin League, believe it or not. Zirak trying to go up for the layup, missing. Rebound, Rivers Shoemate. Final 40 seconds here. Shoemate going coast to coast, missed. Rebound pulled out of there by Setchel. He'll throw it off to Petrella. I'm going to dribble it down here. 9-second difference. They'll have to either just let the shot clock bleed out here. Move Drazic back to the right side now. Petrella wants the 3 and hits. Michael Petrella for the triple. Didn't really need that. 122-64. Lions are just going to sit on it, and the Redmen will get to 4-0. They will have a much tougher day tomorrow as they will take on a very tough Rose-Hulman team. Once again, the final tonight here from the Tarble Arena, 122-64. It's a Redmen win. As they get to 4-0 on the season, the Lions fall to 0-6 on the year. We'll pause, take a 2-minute break. Back to run the final numbers. We'll visit with assistant coach Steve Jurakovic here in our post game. Again, the Redmen, a 122-64 victory over the Finlandia Lions. Back after this on AM 1050 WLIP. You almost need 2 pieces of paper for the score tonight. Everybody getting in. Carthage Redmond basketball on AM 1050 WLIP, brought to you tonight by Something Different, a sports fan fantasy land located on 6th Avenue in downtown Kenosha, by Berkshire Hathaway Epic Real Estate, the Sinus and Snoring MD.com. That's Dr. Swerdlin with offices on Green Bay Road in Kenosha. By Lynch Chevrolet of Kenosha, just east of I-94 on Highway 50. Ruffalo's 2 Family Restaurant, Lou Perini's Gas and Grocery, Wingstop of Kenosha, they're located on Highway 50. The Vigiano Insurance Agency, Luisito and our good friends at S.J. Crystal's Menswear. For the finest in men's fashions, it's clearly S.J. Crystal's, 6th Avenue in downtown Kenosha. By Dickey's Barbecue Pit, I-94 off Highway 50 across from Woodman's. By the Westosha Sports Complex, Zero to Hero Conditioning. Visit westoshasportscomplex.com. By Triangle Flooring Furniture and Appliance Center, Highway 50, Roosevelt Road, and 39th Avenue, inside the triangle of that intersection. John Weiser back with you at the Tarble Arena. As expected, Redmond run away with this one, 122-64. This one was never in doubt. Redmond up 66-29 at the half, and just coasted here as Bosco was able to empty the bench here tonight. Everybody who was in uniform got a chance to play tonight. Redmond were led by Keenan Baltimore with 23 points. Redmond post 6 players in double figures tonight. Carthage finished the night shooting 59%, pretty much the same as the first half. 45% from the arc. They out-rebound the Rose-Hulman, or I should say out-rebound Finlandia tonight. 62-28 total here tonight. And I'm just looking that up. I don't think that's anywhere close to a record here by the Redmen. I was in the process of looking that up during our commercial break, but pretty close. 62-71 is the record by the Redmond team, set back in February of '91 against Barra College. But anyways, the Redmen did what they needed to do here tonight, and that was come back and post an impressive victory here this evening after that big win over UW-Oshkosh. Needed to follow it up with a statement game here tonight, and that's what the Redmen did. 6 players in double figures, out-rebounding their opponents 62-28, turning the ball over only 4 times in the second half for a total of 10 tonight. They did a nice job protecting the basketball, and all things considered, did what they needed to do here tonight. It will be a different story tomorrow when they take on Rose-Hulman. Won't be as easy tonight. Baltimore with 23 tonight. Jordan Kodrowski with 18. 14 for Brad Perry tonight. Sean Johnson posting a double-double tonight. 13 points, 10 rebounds. He had 6 blocks again tonight to go with 3 assists for Johnson. 10 points each for Philip Bulanovic and Josh Washburn, or excuse me, Jacob Poglace tonight with 10. 9 for Adam Radcliffe. And as I said, Bosco able to empty the bench here tonight and get his team, put some players on the floor that we hadn't seen for a while tonight, as they post 6 players in double figures. Meanwhile, for the Lions tonight, it was Moultrie and Ohm, each with 14. Shoemate added 10 tonight for Finlandia. Let's get Bosco here. We actually have Bosco up here tonight, and you and I talked in the pregame. Bosco needed to come out and establish this game right away and take control of this game, and your team came out tonight, played with the right type of tempo, right type of intensity here tonight against an opponent that clearly undermanned here tonight.
They're undermanned and they're overmatched, and the coach is really trying to do the right things. He's really a very, very nice man. I had a chance to visit with him before and after the game. He got the job on October 9th, so that's hard. And he's trying to do all the right stuff. He's going to try to get some people recruited and do some things to make their program a little bit more competitive. Obviously, tonight's game isn't necessarily that the team that played better won. It's the team that had better players won, and that's, hey, we'll take it. You know, sometimes we never had one this way, but, you know, there have been nights when it's gone the other way, and you just kind of regroup and get back after it, and hopefully that's what they'll be able to do. For us, it's a challenge tomorrow. As I told them in the locker room, there's a whole lot of difference between being 5-0 and 4-1. Rose-Hulman is an excellent basketball team. They've got a truly outstanding guard. They've got good size inside. They play well together. They share the basketball, and they're not coming in here tomorrow with the idea of losing. I talked to Coach afterwards. Rusty Lloyd's a good friend. Was a University of Chicago guy, coach at IIT for a while, and he's a very good basketball coach, and they're expecting to come in here and give us a battle tomorrow afternoon, and we better be up to the challenge. And if we are, then we're fine. I think after 4 games, we all understand we've got a talented bunch of basketball players. Now it's a matter of playing the game the right way, and if we do, we'll be just fine.
Impressed with the way your team took control early in that first half. It was close the first 4 minutes, but again, the longer you keep a team like that hanging around, strange things happen, and you guys got it together there and went on a nice little run. I think it was a 26-6 run there at some point in the first half.
I thought we had some nice individual efforts tonight, John. I think that Keenan Baltimore had an excellent game. Not only did he score the ball well, but he was the guy that was sort of putting people in the right places against a helter-skelter type ball game, and I thought he did a very, very good job. Sean Johnson seems to be good every night, blocking shots and getting the ball off of the boards, and it was nice to see Perry get his points. It was nice to see Laquetta score the ball a little bit. So, again, this is not going to be a 3-man operation or a 4-man operation. We're going to need 8 people. We're going to need 9 people. It's good for us to be able to take a look and give some people an opportunity. There's some extended minutes tonight for some people, and I think that's always a nice thing.
Sharing the basketball tonight, 34 assists tonight. Baltimore with 7. I think that's the impressive stat there. Keenan, as you said, kind of directing things there, found the open man, made the extra pass when he needed to tonight.
If we move the basketball and make that extra pass, we're tough because we do have multiple guys that are good passers. Keenan is a good passer. Kudrowski's a good passer. Some of the big guys, Laquetta's a very good passer. So we get the ball in the right spots. We can pass out of those spots. Only good things are going to happen. And again, you can't be anything but pleased where we're at right now, and yet there's always work to do. And it's a quick turnaround. 18 hours from now, 16 hours from now, we're back on the court against a good team.
What needs to be done tomorrow? What do you think you can take away from this Rose-Hulman team? I mean, you have the All-American guard that is just a load out there. He can take it to the rim. He can step back for the 3. That's going to be a tough chore.
It really is. I really like what they do offensively. They run a traditional motion, and they move people in and out. They make cuts to the basket, and this might be one of those occasions where being double-sized isn't necessarily a good thing. Not that they're a small team. They've got some big kids too, but they move very well in their offensive sets, and we're going to have to spend our half hour tomorrow morning walking through it and setting ourselves up, and it's not going to be easy tomorrow afternoon. It really is not, John. I think tomorrow will be interesting because we've become a pretty good defensive team. We'll see whether we can, on short turnaround, do a good job offensively. If we can move ourselves to be in spots that are good spots for us, then I think we'll be fine.
Yeah, this will be a test tomorrow, and be nice to get a crowd out here tomorrow, too. I think that's the other key. Maybe getting the students came out here tonight and did their best, and it really wasn't anything to stress them, but tomorrow we're going to need them.
Our crowds have been very good for this part of the season. I think better than the last few years, maybe because we've got a better team, maybe because we've got guys that engage a little bit better on campus. I don't know what the answer is, but I thought the Oshkosh crowd was excellent. I thought tonight's crowd was good. It had good enthusiasm. I think tomorrow afternoon will be also a good crowd. We're still in school, which makes a big difference. You know, this tournament oftentimes was played when we took the entire week off Thanksgiving off. So had that been the case, the people were gone tonight. But the fact that they have to be in school Monday and Tuesday makes a big difference for us as far as crowd.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, just kind of running down some of the things here, just some of the things that caught my attention. Luke Barrich played tonight, and I know that's the 4th son of a player that either you coached with or played for you back in the day down in North Park.
Well, Luke Barrich is a wonderful young man. His dad was, you could make an argument, the best guard in the history of this storied league. He was a ridiculous basketball player. And it really says something, not about me, it's just the relationships that you develop. We had a beautiful picture sent out, I don't know if you had a chance to see it, from last Tuesday night with Powell and McDaniel and Garnes and Jason Wertel and Kim Farese, who really wasn't that big of a basketball contributor, but a terrific Carthage alum. And they were watching together and sent a nice note and said, beautiful win, we enjoyed it. And that's the kind of stuff that you get. And that's the same thing that would send you a Brad Cruz and a Luke Barrich and a Sean Johnson, and there will be others. And so it's exciting. That part of it is very, very much fun. It's always nice to reward guys who work hard at practice. And this is, I would guess, another record for a guy who's coached a lot of games is that I don't know that I've ever gotten 21 people into a ballgame. You know, back in my North Park days, we used to have 12 or 13, and I won't say what people used to say. I don't want to.
I know the story.
I don't want to get in trouble, but we managed to get 21 people in for at least a couple minutes each, and I thought they did a very nice job. They shared the ball, they spaced the floor, a number of guys scored the ball, and that's kind of fun. So, hey, it was kind of a game that was a little bit hard to focus on. We know after what we've been talking about here that tomorrow's going to be completely different, and we're going to have to be ready to play basketball. And if we do, it's a heck of an opportunity because we're off now for 10 days. And the next two games after tomorrow are North Central at home and at Illinois Wesleyan. And those games will take on their own importance after tomorrow. Right now, we want to focus on Rose-Hulman and see what we can get done tomorrow afternoon.
Incidentally, you're on a podcast out on d3hoops.com, the Dave McHugh Hoopsville podcast you were on last night. It's still out there. Fans are looking to get it, d3hoops.com. And you're talking about 7 decades involved in basketball, not just in basketball, but in this league from player to coach. My goodness, Bosco.
It's a little bit tricky because I started college at 69, and we're going to go into 20 in a couple months here, a month and a half, whatever it happens to be. So it's a little bit deceiving, but man, it's been a long time. You know, I started playing in this league in 1969, and Illinois Wesleyan had an undefeated season that year. That was one of Bridges' best teams, Fred Evans and Tommy Gramcow and Gibson and Sheldon Thompson. What a wonderful team that was. And, you know, now we're here in 2020, and the games are just as much fun, and I still enjoy it just as much, and hopefully we'll have a good season. I think we will. I really like this group of people, but that was a fun 20, 25 minutes we visited with last night. I think those guys sometimes don't get the credit. I think a lot of times when the people think D3 Hoops, they think about that silly talk stuff, but these guys really have done a nice job of putting Division III on people's minds, which wasn't the case 15, 20 years ago, and that's what I shared with Dave last night, and I think he was appreciative of that because there's a lot of people now that are related closely to Division III, maybe not so closely to Division III, that follow the scores. And another part of it is this stuff right here, watching the computer right in front of us, your announcing of the games, the video streaming of the games. Those are things that weren't there 30, 35 years ago, 20, 25 years ago, and I think it's made a big, big difference.
Well, let's savor this one, and let's get ready to take on a tough Rose-Hulman team. 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. We'd love to see you out here in person. Take this one in. And again, a big thank you to the folks at Honda of Kenosha for putting this together again this season, the Honda of Kenosha Classic here at Carthage College.
Thank you so much for mentioning that. We talked about it a little bit in the pregame, and Corey Wilson, you know, one of my favorite people, has coached with me 2 or 3 different times and was a very nice player, complimentary player when I first got here in 1997. Tough, hard-nosed guard, and he's done a great job with Honda of Kenosha and has really moved up the ranks there. And he's just given back to his alma mater and to his coach, which is awfully nice of him. Corey was with us tonight, and I enjoyed seeing him. And now it's a matter of thanking them appropriately and getting ready to play tomorrow.
Bosco, good luck. Thanks,
you. Johnny. Appreciate it.
Bosco Jurkovic joining us on our postgame up in the booth tonight as the Redmen post a 122-64 victory over Finlandia tonight. And it will be Finlandia and Aurora tomorrow at 1 o'clock here in the first game, the consolation bracket, if you will, of this 4-team Classic tournament. And then tomorrow it'll be Carthage and Rose-Hulman. 3 o'clock tip-off here at the Tarble Arena. Love to see you in person. Again, tickets are available at the door. $6 for adults, $3 for kids and senior citizens. Students, faculty, and staff always admitted free. Just show your Carthage ID at the door. That'll get you in to the beautiful Tarble Arena. If you can't join us in person tomorrow, certainly join us on the air. 2:45 is our broadcast time tomorrow, a 3 o'clock tip. And you can join us on the air, on the web, on the stream, or on your app, the WLIP app. I know a lot of people have that as well. You can listen to that across the country using that free app on your iPhone. 6 players in double figures tonight. Keene and Baltimore with 23 to lead them as the Redmen post their 4th consecutive win to go to 4-0 on the season. And it'll be Rose Holman out of Terre Haute, Indiana, out of the Heartland League, team that's predicted to finish 3rd in that league by the conference coaches. So this will be a toss tomorrow. They were a 1-point winner in our first game tonight, 84-83 over Aurora. That'll wrap things up. Thank you, John Voinovich, and to Mike Love for producing our video stream here tonight, and to our Carthage students, Rebecca, Lily, Elena, Thomas, AK, and Amber. We appreciate your efforts on camera, graphics, replay, and directing our video stream here tonight. Big thank you to Scott DeLabio engineering the radio broadcast back at our Pleasant Prairie studios. Until tomorrow, John Weiser wishing you a very pleasant Friday evening. Go out and get that fish fry. It'll taste good tonight. Redmond a 122-64 win over Finlandia. You've been listening to Carthage Redmond basketball, part of Carthage Athletics, heard on Kenosha's radio station, AM 1050 WLIP Kenosha. Good night, everyone.